Okay.
I don't want this pillow here. What do you think I am? Some kind of pillow guy?
Yes. I didn't expect that.
Move this a little closer to me. Move yours a little closer too.
What's the worst Christmas movie you've ever seen? Like the worst one.
The worst Christmas movie I've ever seen. Fortunately, I've never seen a Hallmark movie.
Oh, you are so lucky.
I don't think I have, at least. I might have accidentally seen one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've accidentally seen a lot of them.
But, like, I've never actually watched a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
So, none of those, luckily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Let me think. For a minute.
Okay.
Do you have a worst in mind?
I watched one last week. It was probably the worst one.
What is it called?
It was a version of the Christmas Carol.
I swear to God, if you say the Muppets Christmas Carol.
No, that's my favorite.
Oh, jeez.
That's
okay, good.
That's like a top 3 Christmas movies.
Good. Okay.
That's my favorite. Have you ever heard of Mr. Magoo?
Yes.
Yes, he had a Christmas Carol special,
And it's bad.
and it's terrible.
What makes it so bad?
Okay. There's a lot of reasons. My top 2 reasons are they put songs in the worst parts of the play.
Really?
Like they made a whole song about Tiny Tim dying,
Wow.
which is weird to do, and they made a whole song about how alone he is during the Christmas
That's
past
the good
when he was a kid.
Wow.
And they made a song about him crying over his grave.
Wow.
That's
super-
basically the only songs they had.
Wow.
And the whole premise of it is that the Cratchits loved Scrooge because of the money that he was giving them, and he was just tossing gold coins at them, and they were like had money like symbols on their eyes, and it's like the lesson wasn't
That.
it wasn't Christmas Carol message. It was money solves happiness. Get more money.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. But Muppets Christmas Carol is actually
Amazing.
really good with Michael Caine.
Sir Anthony Michael Caine. It's not Anthony Michael Caine.
No, it's just Michael Caine, I believe.
I don't think he's a sir either.
He
Michael
should be.
Caine?
He should be. He sure talks like one.
For our audio listeners, all this crinkling and everything you hear, we're eating breakfast burritos and drinking coffee.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. This is coming out on Christmas, so I guarantee you no one will watch
We're
this.
filming it on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we are.
So, yeah, we're having our best breakfast ever. Bodhi Leaf coffee and Linda's burritos.
This is my favorite breakfast. Mm-hmm. It's so simple and easy, and all of it's good.
The fact that it used to be better.
Well,
Actually-
Michael's?
Yeah. It's the same. They're just smaller. Right?
Are they?
Yeah, they're smaller.
I thought they were always this size.
Maybe we just grew.
I think we just grew. Because when they were still Linda's, we were like 15.
Eating Michaels?
I mean, when they were still Michael's, and I still call them Michael's.
Yeah.
When they were still Michael's, we were like 15. So
Yeah.
we've grown since then.
That's true. Anyway, this is our Christmas special. If you don't...
Welcome to episode 31.
Yay!
31 because there are 31 days in a month, and this is the last episode.
Dude!
I don't know. Yeah, okay.
So this episode, we're going to be talking about our 2 movies. Probably first. I want to do them first.
Let's start off with those.
Yeah.
We'll also be doing our top 5 movies and video games of the year. Not ones that have come out this
No.
year, because no new content has come out this year. Mm-hmm. The stuff we played and watched for the first time this year.
Yes. And that'll be very fun. I've been looking forward to this all year, basically.
So obviously we'll have different lists.
Yeah. And I'll have honorable mentions and everything.
Yeah,
so.
I have some honorable mentions in both areas. Mm-hmm. My movie list is definitely... I feel like I watched some more good movies this year that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I gotta add one real quick.
The one I showed you?
No.
Okay. Did you just remember one?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. So, yeah, buckle up. We're going to do like a cozy vibe, just a conversation. We're going to be eating. You can be eating too if you want.
Yeah, eat with us.
It's just breakfast and Christmas morning.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas
Well,
Eve
when you're saying
morning.
this, it's Christmas. Sorry,
It's almost 12.
right. Christmas morning. It's almost noon, and it's not even Christmas. Okay.
Noah, what if we don't hate anything this episode?
I just got salsa.
You
on
can
my-
hate that if you want,
I hate
honestly.
it.
See, I do that all the time.
This is a brand new sweatshirt.
Yeah. Did you watch it yet?
No,
Yeah, I haven't watched mine either.
I don't think so. How is it cotton?
I
Is
don't
it like
know.
100% cotton?
I don't know.
It's fine. It won't stain, I don't think. I was going to suggest the same thing.
Okay, because it's on Christmas.
It's Christmas. We don't hit anything on Christmas.
Yeah. We hate things, just not on Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas, I don't really hate anything.
Yeah. What is there to hate on Christmas?
I can't think of anything.
Nothing.
Maybe Mr.
Absolutely-
Magoo's Christmas Carol.
Absolutely nothing.
But that's
There's
it.
nothing.
That's it.
Ah, what good coffee. Thank you, Bodhi,
Thank you, Bodhi.
for
I made
sponsoring
that.
this episode. Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, nice. It tastes good.
Thank you.
The one the other day. It's been very off and on lately for Bodhi Cold Brew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are some days when I'm like, that's Bodhi Cold Brew right there. That's what it's supposed to be. And then there are other days when it's watered down and okay.
You know what FIFO is. You probably got,
Yeah.
you
I
probably just got a bad batch.
A bad batch, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so our first Christmas movie, our first movie is a
first
Christmas
movie.
movie. It's a Wonderful Life. I haven't
Yeah.
seen It's a Wonderful Life since I was 10, and it's hard as a 10-year-old to watch anything before 1970.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my parents have had me watch black and white movies my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm very used to them. But this is definitely a movie that, as you get older, it gets better.
I freaking loved it.
Right?
All of it.
Uh-huh.
The narration was good. Like crazy good monologues.
What narration? Oh, from the... I guess it's
The
sort
angel
of
and the
narration.
god and the other angels, I guess.
I guess it's sort of narration, yeah.
Yeah,
you're correct.
It's
It's a wonderful movie.
a. I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to do there. All right, so I didn't write anything down for it.
Neither did I.
Yeah, it's a Christmas. Okay, it's one of those Christmas movies where it's only Christmas to the last half hour of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the Christmas
this
is
is
actually
like-
a big theme of it.
And when people talk about Christmas movies, this is always one
Yeah,
that
this
comes
is
up.
just-
This is a very normal one
Yeah.
to talk about.
This is like on par with White Christmas.
But there's a reason that it is.
yeah.
It's because it's actually legitimately good. And
I have a question about the movie. The only question that I thought of, and I got everything else.
Yes.
Why was he carrying around Tom Sawyer? Was there special significance to it, or just that was just his thing?
he was reading Tom Sawyer.
All right, cool.
Clarence, he
Yeah.
just liked the book Tom Sawyer.
All right,
he was
cool.
just reading it, yeah.
Yeah. That's simple
That's
enough.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the entire movie. It was
It's amazing.
I didn't know the plot when I was 10 because it's
Yeah.
just a movie where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just all dialogue.
I have some fun facts for you
Go ahead.
for the movie.
Yeah.
It didn't perform well when it first came out,
Hmm.
but that's also because it came out in August. Yeah.
Wait,
Who
what?
knows why? It came out in August. Whatever. I can't remember what year it was. but
So late
they
summer?
released it in August. I think.
Oh, a Christmas movie in August.
Yes, they
That's
released
weird.
the Christmas movie in August.
Maybe
so-
they filmed around Christmas or something.
Mhm. But who knows why? But it just didn't do well when it first came out.
That whoever played George Bailey did an amazing job.
Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Dude, Jimmy Stewart is one of
I
my
know!
favorite actors of all time.
He is listed as the third best actor of all time by the.
Who are the other two?
I don't want to look him up right
That's
now.
fine. I just, if you know.
Yeah, I didn't.
Jimmy Stewart is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
He's amazing in everything.
I haven't watched like, basically anything he's in, but though.
You need to see his other stuff.
Uh-huh.
I still haven't seen it, but my mom keeps telling me he plays Glenn Miller in a Glenn Miller story, the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need to see that stuff. We'll do that at some point.
Yeah, so that-
as a movie.
Yeah. I want to say George Bailey as a character is one of the most noble characters
He's
I've
right up
ever
there.
seen.
He's right up there with Atticus Finch for me.
He basically is Atticus Finch, except he's more human.
Yeah.
They just humanized Atticus Finch a little bit more, and that's who George Bailey
Yeah.
is. Because the whole movie, he's just doing selfless act after selfless act, and then at the end, he just couldn't do it anymore. Which is like, this movie has one of the best themes or messages.
Well, I mean, yeah, that last quote
Oh,
that's written in the
so
book,
good.
I say that.
Yeah.
Like,
No man who has
No
no
man
man
is-
is a failure who has
who
friends.
has friends. I've used that at like the end of a speech before and stuff. Like,
Oh,
it's
that's
such
awesome.
a good.
It's-
It's such a good.
ah.
quote. No man is a failure who has friends.
Yeah, that message is so good, well done, and like, it it's the millennial nightmare, that movie, of like you literally can't do whatever you want because life is literally sometimes hell, and
The
you
thing
just
is-
can't do it all the time.
The thing that takes it past just being completely outside circumstances
Mm-hmm.
is he chose to stay in the. He could have gotten out if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
He chose to stay. He chose to keep working at the building and loan.
Mm-hmm.
He made all these choices, and what I always say is he's too good for his own good.
Yeah.
He's always trying to help everybody, which is amazing. But it is throughout the movie sometimes detrimental to him.
Even when he was at his absolute worst, he saved someone's
Mm-hmm.
life.
Well,
That's why that's like, dang, it's so
and
good.
when he was
You're good.
I don't want to spoil anything, even
It's-
though this is a very old movie. But your first time
70, 60
watching
years
it,
old?
you gotta. It's better not knowing anything. Your first
No,
time
yeah,
watching
100%.
a movie.
Yeah.
But
I knew the premise
yeah,
because the
most,
story's been retold thousands
most
of
people
times.
do.
Yeah.
But even at this one point, he's angry at this guy, and this other guy's like, "Where's the money?" That kind of stuff, and he still doesn't sell the other guy out. Mm-hmm. He still doesn't sell him out. He
said,
takes
"I lost
responsibility
it.
for it.
I lost it."
I lost it.
Yep. Because he'd rather go to jail than he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Also, we're just gonna be jumping back and forth because I'm just remembering stuff.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the movie is that it took him like 20 minutes to believe Clarence.
Mm-hmm.
If this movie came out today, it would only take him 2 minutes. Be like, okay,
Yeah.
I believe you. Show me what you want to show me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it took him almost the entire time. Hey, Poppy. It took him almost the entire time to believe Clarence is an angel, that he is in fact not existent anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It actually represents what a human would react to this kind of stuff. That's how I would react. I would not believe him.
Yeah. Neither would I.
And he was too good of a person to just shy him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dialogue was incredible. All the
characters are
all the
all
characters are
amazing.
great, and they used all of them very, very well. The brother had a great role. Hey, no. The friend,
Hee-haw.
friend
Sam
is
Wainwright.
awesome. Man, I am sad that I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and me and my mom are gonna watch it every year now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my mom's favorite movie.
That's what me and my family do.
Hey, bud. But yeah,
It's just an amazing message, an amazing
Yeah.
story. And if you don't like it, you're insane.
I-
It doesn't have to be your favorite Christmas movie.
the only reason why someone wouldn't like it is because it's not like the movies that are coming out right now. It's literally all dialogue. That's why the
Well, that's
Oscar
what it has to
movies.
be.
That's why the Oscar winners now are basically all dialogue now. It's because acting back then was just all that. And it's not no CGI, no effects, no action. That's why it was good.
Yep. I do know some people that don't like it, and I'm not going to say their name, but they don't like it because they thought George Bailey was bipolar, and he just switched back and forth the entire time of like being angry and then being and I'm just like,
Oh, you mean like being a person?
you mean like being a person?
Yeah. It would be a terrible movie if he was just good the entire
Yeah,
time.
no,
he was
it's-
cranky sometimes. He was
Yeah, he
angry
was
a
freaking-
lot.
because
And I'm like,
he got a bad lot in life.
he
A lot of
did.
bad things happened to him, so he got angry. That's how being a person works. But these people think that he's bipolar and they don't like the movie, and it upsets me greatly. So much.
terrible reason. What do you rate the movie?
10.
I'm giving it a 10
I
too,
gotta
buddy.
give it a 10. I mean, it's the perfect message. It has amazing dialogue.
They use
great-
Christmas. They don't use Christmas wrong. They use it
Christmas
perfectly.
very sparingly. It's
Yep.
not the main. I mean, really, if you look at it, it's not that much a Christmas
It's
movie.
not. It's not.
It's
It's as much a Christmas movie as Die Hard is.
Exactly. It's not about Christmas, but it's a movie that takes place at Christmas and,
And-
has the values of Christmas.
Yes. Oh,
But it's not about Christmas.
because the whole
itself.
movie they're just going through his whole life, so it's
Yeah.
not any Christmas. It's just the main climax is on Christmas.
Yeah.
His breakdown towards his family, like it was
Oh,
literal. It was so intense.
It's so good, yeah.
It's so good.
I have more fun facts
Yeah,
about
go
the
ahead.
movie. This movie, well, to start, Jimmy Stewart, for one, was the highest, I I don't know how to say this properly, but you'll
Paid?
understand. The highest ranked,
That's gross.
highest military ranked active actor at the time ever. Actually, he became I think a 2 or 3 star general. Yeah,
What?
because he was around during World War II.
Sorry.
So that's fine. So that's how I have to preface that. He actually fought in the war. They were like, hey, do you want to stay at home and you can quote unquote work do because you get drafted.
Yeah.
Do you want to be part of the military from home and do all that stuff and you can keep acting? And he was like, no, I want to be on the front lines. So he became a pilot. He flew many missions in enemy territory. Came back.
This movie
just
came out in
fine.
1946.
Yeah, this movie came out after World War II. So
It's a long movie.
Yeah.
They probably took like a long time to film this.
No, because he came. The fun fact that I was leading up to.
Okay.
That's just another fun fact.
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart was the highest military ranked active actor ever. And the reason I have to say active in there is because technically Ronald Reagan was, because he was an actor and then he became commander-in-chief. But he wasn't still acting at the time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart became a general while acting.
That's pretty cool.
In the military because he didn't want to just stay at home.
Yeah.
But after he came back from World War II, a lot of his movies had this like more serious tone, and he's a much more.
That makes sense.
He's a deeper actor, and he was an amazing actor before that. But
He's funny too.
Yeah, he's funny too. But there's a lot more depth to him.
Good.
Yeah. After he came back from World War II. Because he was kind of sad after he lost people and everything in World War II.
Everyone gets depressed a little bit after
but like
being
he
in a
came
war.
back, and so like those scenes where he was breaking down and everything, it was all very real for him.
They
After that, it was
put like bags under his eyes at the end, and I'm like, holy crap!
yeah, and that was all. It was all very real for him. Like he had real breakdowns and everything. It was. Yeah, so he just took on a very much more serious tone after World War II, but it made him a better actor.
Yeah, the most surprising is that this movie tanked.
Yeah, I don't understand how it tanked.
Maybe it got popular around Christmas.
Maybe it did. I don't know for sure, but when it came out, it did not do well in the box office.
How long did movies like
stay in the box
stay
office?
In the box
back then?
office?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
it.
no.
I don't know
no
why
idea.
you would know that. So.
Yeah, I wasn't around back then. As much as I would have loved to be. See, now it's getting super bright.
That's okay. It's Christmas.
Is that just your excuse for everything?
Yeah.
It's Christmas. It's fine.
Kelly today at Bodie, like, was giving people like extra sauces, and I'm like, Kelly, we don't have the inventory for this, and she's like, it's Christmas. I'm like,
I was thinking about going. I still need to do my reading today. That's why I was asking you.
Okay, they're open till 4.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be good.
So we already kind of talked about this on before we started. What are your plans for Christmas Eve and Christmas?
Oh yeah, Christmas Eve tonight. My family's gonna cook a lasagna. My grandma's famous lasagna. She sent us the recipe.
Well, I've never heard of it, so it's not famous.
It's famous where I come from, buddy.
Where do you come from? Minnesota. Oh, so small.
Hey.
It's a Minnesota.
And then tomorrow, instead of doing like an extended family thing, we're gonna do like a COVID thing where we're only gonna see my grandma and my aunt, because we're just gonna go up there. It's just my family and my grandma and my aunt. That's it. And we're like, okay, that's good. That's cozy. It's gonna be a good time. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna do like the Christmas morning shindig, and we're also going to probably watch Soul.
So good.
We're gonna watch Soul as well.
That comes out
tomorrow.
tomorrow, right? Wow. Yeah, I need to watch that.
My family usually watches.
That'll be our next movie.
Soul.
Yeah.
That's good.
That'll be the next.
Okay, good.
That'll be our first. Wait, no, we did Tenet once. I was gonna say that'll be your first new movie.
yeah.
Tenet was okay.
Yeah,
So
I give it a 6.
we'll do that and whatever comes after Home.
But yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
Very, very chill. We're probably gonna play board games like Ticket to Ride and stuff, and we're just gonna have
never
fun.
played that.
It's really fun.
Is it? What is it?
It's it's the border of the United States with railroads, and you're a certain color, and you get cards, and then you draw cards, and you play them to build railroads, and then you keep playing, and then you have a certain route that you get to get more points, and at the end we add all the points, and then the board looks really cool because we have their own railroads.
Actually, maybe I have heard of that.
Okay.
I feel like
You've probably seen it before.
Yeah.
It's a very fun game. Very good family game because it's not complicated at all, but it's still strategic,
Nice.
which is like the perfect combination. But yeah. How about your Christmas plans?
Tonight, my family's going to candlelight service at our church. It's outdoors and everything.
I've been there before.
Yeah. This one's outdoors, though, so
Okay.
it'll be chilly. But
Last time I was there, me and John said 2018.
2 years ago, dude.
Me, John, and Aubrey came with him and his family, and we laughed the entire time. We joked about it, and then me and John said, "Hey, first one to eat their candle wins."
I think I still have a picture somewhere of John
Yeah.
about to eat it.
No, I have the video.
Or do you have it?
I have a video of
Yeah.
it. It's it came up as a memory today. Yeah, and I felt bad because we were the only ones like giggling in the back. We were like, "Oh, we're still teenagers a little bit," but it was like the best Christmas service I've ever been to.
That was a good.
It was a good service, and I was with good people.
That was a good. Yeah, that was a good service. It was a good. That was a good night.
Oh,
It was
and
fun.
you guys came over to my house that day.
Just like back then.
It's black and white, just like back then. And then.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I know you can't see that.
It was just John doing
It's
this to
great.
a candle.
He's
Because
about to eat a
Because it's
candle, yeah.
funny.
Because
Because he's a funny guy.
That's what my family will be doing tonight.
Cool.
My brother's coming over at some point tonight,
Oh, cool.
spending the night and doing Christmas with us.
Mhm.
All right, that's too bright. I need to fix that.
You're good, man. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
That's much better.
That's good.
No, I'm just looking at the time. We have about 9 minutes on there.
Okay.
So my brother will be coming over
Mhm.
late tonight, I think, and spending the night. We'll probably do the. I think we open one present on Christmas Eve. I think
We
that's
don't
okay.
have enough presents
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't know if we do either. So I don't know if we
Presents
will.
are getting
That's what we
smaller
used to do.
and like
fewer, but
Fewer.
more expensive.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but they are getting more expensive.
Because that's how being an adult works.
Yeah, just we don't want a lot of stuff. We want
A few good things.
a few long-lasting things.
A Few Good Men. We should do that
I've
movie.
never seen it.
You've never seen A Few
Have
Good
you
Men?
seen 12 Angry Men?
Yes, of course I've seen 12 Angry
Dang
Men.
it.
I've seen it like 3 times. And I read the book.
One of my favorite books.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
A Few Good Men is great. That's the you can't handle the truth.
I
You've read that book.
know that.
You know that. That's what that's from.
That line gets
It's-
quoted after
it's
more than any movie
Jack
ever.
Nicholson screaming it at Tom Cruise.
Oh, I've seen clips.
Yeah.
A Few Good Men. Okay.
It's a very famous movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if we'll do that because
Oh,
I don't know
tomorrow.
how many presents I have or will get.
Ooh.
Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up, eat food, do. I don't know what we'll be eating. Usually we have cinnamon rolls, but I think we're doing
Ooh.
something different this year.
Ooh.
Do normal Christmas stuff.
Yep.
And then go over to my grandparents and aunt and uncles because they have a shared house now.
Okay.
So they have,
Wow.
like, yeah, they all moved into a house, but it's sort of like a split house where it's like 2 separate things.
That's cozy.
Yeah, but it's like they basically have their own areas.
Mom's side or dad's side?
My mom's side.
Okay, so I know them.
Yes.
Okay.
Dustin and Kelly.
Yeah, I know Dustin
and
and Kelly.
And Faye and Mike. are
I
my
know all of
grandparents.
those guys.
They're the ones that moved in together. Yes.
Yeah, I know all of them. I like all of them.
But it's a nice house. It's big enough for everybody, so that's cool. They got
Yeah.
a good house. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So we'll go over there and do
Christmas.
Christmas with everybody.
That's cool.
And hang out and do whatever. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's Christmas.
Yeah. What are you doing for Christmas? Share it with us in the comments.
Please don't actually keep
Why
it to
not?
yourself.
Why not? Do
Keep it to yourself.
Share it if you want to.
You can text us if you want.
Why don't you just comment it?
You can.
Why,
Yeah, actually,
why are
honestly,
you against commenting?
comment. I don't know.
We never get comments.
That's true.
The last
I would love a
we
comment.
got. Do you remember that comment?
Yeah.
I was like, why are you not do the
Skits of
with
my
skits
things
of
you
what
hate.
hate
That
you
would be
hate, you hate.
more fun.
Yeah, exactly. That was great. I miss
Uh,
that guy, whoever
yeah.
he was or she.
Maybe
whoever
he's
they
still
were.
watching.
Whoever they were, I hope you're still watching.
Yeah. Maybe he stopped watching because he'd rather watch skits than the podcast.
Than the podcast of things we hate
Yeah.
because that would be more fun.
Anyway, that's basically the Christmas section of the podcast.
Yeah,
We're-
except this whole podcast. is
Except
the
this whole
Christmas
podcast,
section.
Christmas. It's Christmas.
It's more. This is the end of the year podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Merry end of year
What was your favorite moment of podcast?
of the podcast.
Yeah. Favorite
That
moment.
crow.
That doesn't count.
Why not?
Not before this episode.
Oh, that other crow that one.
Okay, yeah. Me too.
I don't know. This was a surprisingly productive year of podcasts.
It was fun.
It was very fun. We missed, I think, 4 weeks in total at different times.
I've only hated doing like 2, but that's only because I was super stressed.
Doing like 1.
Yeah.
And
only because I was
even
super
because
stressed.
of stress. I think I was just like dead from work, and I was like, we still got to do it. Though.
It was more exhaustive work than fun.
Exhaustion, yes.
But yeah, my favorite was just guests.
Guests were always great.
Every single guest we had, even the ones we did twice, were all fantastic.
Yeah, I loved having guests. That was probably my favorite too. But also that, and we left it in. We decided to leave it in. But that moment right before we started our first one, when I was like, "You ready?" That was such a pure moment.
Yeah. Or your close up of Scott saying "I'm sorry" to the camera.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I never kept putting that at the end of the videos because whatever. But that was funny.
Maybe right when I say that, you put it right there.
I will.
Okay.
Maybe.
Thank you.
I have to do
Please
all this today. Oh no.
That's okay.
And read 10 days. of
You
my
have
Bible.
time. I had a hectic morning. You can have a hectic day a little bit.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And I finished editing the wedding video today
Oh,
too.
cool.
This morning.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You can also do all that while you're with your family, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyway.
So we're going to talk about Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Homecoming.
Yeah. I put this in my list as number. Did you make your list yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No. I didn't.
Did you actually not?
I actually didn't.
Dang.
Hold on, let me do it right now.
I put it as number 4 of right
Iron Man.
right after.
What comes after Iron Man? I'm kidding. Iron Man 3.
No.
Oh, dang it.
You missed a couple. I goes Doctor Strange number 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming number 4. Actually,
I really do need to go through all of
Spider-Man:
this.
Homecoming might go before Doctor Strange, but then it's Avengers 1 and then Cap 1.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange v. Homecoming.
Yeah, that's why you need to watch it, so you know, because it's a marathon. Maybe watch it today. It's a Christmas movie.
I will. I'll watch it. I think I watched it like a month ago too. So.
With your mom, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I watched Far From Home.
Oh.
With both of my parents.
Yeah.
Homecoming I watched earlier this year.
I haven't seen Far From Home.
See, the thing is, the ones that I am not watching, other than Thor 2, which I purposefully didn't watch, it's because I've seen them all within the last year.
But here's the thing. A marathon is a marathon where you're like, I've seen it.
Most of the time, it's an accident.
That's true. That's very true.
It's not like I purposefully don't watch things.
Yeah.
The only one I purposely didn't watch was Thor 2.
Which isn't as bad as Thor 1. Okay, I did leave notes for this one.
For Homecoming?
Yeah.
I didn't, but I
Let me share my
this.
notes.
Yeah.
I love that this was a high school movie. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a superhero movie.
That's what it's supposed to be.
It was a high school movie. And what made it really good is that Peter Parker's character wanted it to be a Spider-Man movie, but his life, his reality didn't let him. Mm-hmm. It's literally, the movie goes on as a high school movie, but he's trying to force it into a Spider-Man movie. But that's the theme. That's the whole message of, like, you can't just force yourself into a position without actually growing. You have to grow into it, and you have to know your responsibilities before taking new ones. The best secondary characters ever.
Yeah.
The whole team was amazing. They all had great lines.
Agreed.
It was like a Bon Jovi concert. Stuff like that. It's a perfect threat level balance, I said. I think Vulture...
Yeah, it makes sense for the other Avengers to not be there.
Yep. They even said it's like, oh, no, this is just kind of below their pay grade. Yeah. It was good. FBI level stuff, literally. So, it was pretty good. The whole Tony scene of of Tom Holland saying, if you actually cared, you'd actually be here. And then him just stepping out of the suit.
Was. That entire scene, and it has one of, if not the most important and relevant quotes for the entire MCU, which is, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it.
Or, I just wanted to be like you, well, I wanted you to be better.
That's relevant for their relationship in particular.
And his whole character arc, which is like basically...
I'm talking, for them two specifically, yes, that makes sense. But if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it, or then you shouldn't have it, is pretty much every hero goes through that.
Yeah.
Thor went through that with his hammer. Cap never went through that, but he's a special... He never had the suit.
He was developed.
He earned the suit before he got the suit.
He already was developed.
Exactly.
None of his movies were him developing.
No.
It was just
he earned the suit before he got the suit.
Yeah.
And obviously Iron Man, that is his big thing. If you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Pretty much every hero in the MCU goes through the if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it. Every good character, at least.
I wanted to say the best part about this movie, first time watching it.
Hobby your stuff.
Best thing about this movie for first watching it was the plot twist.
Should we spoil it?
Yeah,
It's like 4 years
Vulture
old.
was the main love interest's dad.
When
they
when
played the
he
race
opened
card.
The door, when he opened the door,
Yeah.
and it was him, I was
And
like,
he was just smiling, and then
oh, dude.
you were Tom Holland's face
Yeah.
after that, and
It
you're
was
like,
oh
even
no.
the car ride was
Dude,
just so like
the car
so
ride I
intense.
loved so much.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was on purpose.
And
This
there
one
was, like,
particular
barely any
part
music,
that I'm
too.
going to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one particular part, it turns out it was on purpose. Like, the director was like, yes, I did
Yeah,
that
I saw this,
purposely.
like, 2 years ago,
It's when, and we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
but that's why we're here making a podcast to talk about things. It's when they're, I can't even remember the exact line, but it's when Peter says that he wasn't at the
Washington Monument.
Thank you. I can remember
Yeah.
the name. The Washington Monument because like he had a stomachache or whatever, and they're sitting at a red light, and right after he says that, the light turns from red to the camera focuses on Michael Keaton, and the light turns from red to green, and that was the moment that he figured out that Peter Parker was
And
Spider-Man.
Michael Keaton was like good old Spider-Man.
Yeah, it
That
was
is so
insane.
good.
That was the moment.
The fact
It
that
was
Liz
so
just
good.
had nothing.
Yeah.
You could tell like she had no idea what was going on. She was like, "Dad, the light." Just like.
They're like, oh no, I gotta kill this guy. Both of them are like, this is bad.
Yeah, I was like, this is really
and
bad.
Liz is just like, the light, Dad. Come on.
Stop grilling him, Dad.
And Michael Keaton the entire time was just like, I'm gonna murder
I'm
this
gonna
teenager.
murder
I'm
my
gonna kill
daughter's
him.
boyfriend.
In the whole scene, when he just pulls out the gun, and he's like, "You got a choice. You can walk in there and forget any of this ever happened." Like
Yeah.
after
Oh,
they
yeah,
drop
yeah,
Liz
yeah,
off. That whole scene is so good.
Now, what do you say? Thank you.
Tom Holland's acting. That scene and the Get Up Spider-Man scene are. Do you have that written
Come
down?
on, Spider-Man.
Come on, Spider-man. Sorry.
That scene made me tear up.
Those
the
two
first time
scenes
happening.
are where I went from. Yeah, Tom Holland looks good as Spider-Man to
You're like,
Tom
Tom
Holland's a
Holland
great actor.
He's
just a good
Yes.
actor.
Like you see Peter Parker at his most broken, and then he lifts up, conquering his own fear, conquering his own disadvantages, saying, "Come on, Spider-Man." That's a comic.
And
that's a comic application.
And
by the way.
and it's the shot from that I'm talking about is also from the comics where it's half his face and half the Spider-Man the mask.
Yeah.
And also I love that the entire last half of the movie he has to do it with the homemade suit.
Yeah, it's good.
With his homemade suit because it proves that he's Spider-Man for more than just the suit.
Yes.
That is the entire point of the movie.
The one thing I wanted from the movie more is I wanted like a longer one-on-one fight.
Because the only real one-on-one fight
Was in the sand.
was in the sand, and that wasn't even that much.
It was like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I wanted what Spider-Man was about a lot was his one-on-one fights with the villains.
Yeah.
And like they did good with the Green Goblin, they did good with Doc Ock. Venom, they did okay. Sandman, they did good. Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, I'm so excited for
I know.
Spider-Man 3.
Okay. Yeah.
All of them coming back. I think they got the Spider-Man or the Sandman guy too.
Did they?
I think they did.
Dude, if they got Sandman too, I'd imagine if they get Eddie Brock
the
too.
only thing I'm worried about.
What? They won't get
is
Eddie Brock.
that yeah, what's his name? He's an actor.
He's
He's from that '70s show.
Yeah, that guy.
The only thing I'm worried about is they're trying to do too much, which is exactly what happened in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3.
Who's
And
directing
Amazing Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
2.
3? Is it John
Sam
Watts?
Raimi. No, it's not Sam Raimi.
No, it's John Watts,
How
right?
great would it be though? I think so. Yeah, it's the same guy that did the first two.
Okay, then I believe
Also,
in him.
apparently,
I believe in him.
Since Tobey Maguire is coming back, Sam Raimi had a big part in bringing him back. Like
No
Sam
way,
Raimi, I
dude!
guess I just read an article on it.
Well, the
So
reason
who
why they
knows
didn't
if
make a
it's actually
Spider-Man
true,
4
the
is
media is
because
bad.
the only reason why they didn't do a Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire is because Tobey Maguire didn't want to do
He
it.
didn't want to do it. So apparently Sam Raimi talked Tobey Maguire into coming back.
Apparently,
He hasn't.
according
Tobey
to
Maguire
the
hasn't done
media.
anything
Not-
since
not
in
much,
10
no.
years.
Not since The Great Gatsby.
Honestly, yeah, I
don't
think
know.
that was like
was that his most recent film?
his most recent big film.
Big film, yeah.
But yeah, my favorite quote this time watching it was he was asking Peter, do you want to be an Avenger? And he said, right now, yes or no? He's like, no. Okay. And then his quote is, little spring cleaning working class hero thing I dig.
I dig it. Yeah.
Like, he's just blurting out what he is.
It's RDJ. Yeah.
Like a working class superhero.
Yeah.
That's he's the only one.
He's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what? And this is Infinity War, not Homecoming.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what bothered me in Infinity War was when he said you can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man,
But
I
there's
can't
no
be
neighborhood.
if there's no neighborhood. And then afterwards he says that doesn't really make any sense. It did. Make sense. It made total sense.
They didn't
just
want it
wanted
to be
lighten it up.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Which I
what it
think
is.
in that exact instance was dumb.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think they should have let that simmer.
And then yeah.
I think they should have let that one alone instead of him having to make a joke out of it.
The
But that's Infinity War. We'll get there.
the line that actually hit the most during this watch was, "I'm not giving you a hug. We're not there yet."
We're not there yet. We're not there. When he goes, "Oh,
No, I'm just opening the
I'm
door."
just opening the door. We're not there yet."
But
And
they-
then don't even. We'll get there.
That's
we'll
why.
get there. We'll get there.
That's why I'm like,
So much payoff for their
I
relationship.
know, I know.
Later.
they do so
A
good.
long time from now.
Anyways, that's basically the whole movie.
That's pretty much it. Michael
Uh,
Keaton as Vulture, perfect.
And Ned did great.
Ned did great.
Aunt May did great.
Zendaya was barely in the movie, but she was fine.
She was. They set her up.
She
for
gets
the second
better
one.
in Far From Home.
I didn't really like her character. They didn't do her
In this
character
one
well
or
in
in
this
Far
one.
From
In
Home?
this one.
Oh,
Far From
that's
Home,
because
she's
she
good.
was barely in it.
Yeah, but like the
So we
lines
don't really
they gave
know
her.
anything about her.
Yeah, the lines they gave her. I'm like, real. They paid Zendaya this much for
This
like
one-
2 lines.
It was literally just to set her up for Far From Home
Yeah.
and the subsequent movies,
Yeah,
subsequent movie films.
I think they didn't use her as a love interest in this movie because they wanted the race card.
They wanted to. They did. Because see, now it's getting really bright again because of that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The sun.
Because Liz is black.
If you haven't seen the movie, Liz is black. That's the love interest.
Yeah, but
And
Michael
then
Keaton plays
Michael Keaton plays her dad.
dad.
But that's why you don't see it coming at all. Which is kind of weird, but they did play the race card.
Good move.
Where you genuinely didn't see it coming.
because you literally
Because you don't even
can't.
think about it.
Yeah,
Like
you don't.
I didn't think
I didn't
about I didn't think about her parents for
Yeah.
1 second because I knew Michael Keaton was bad guy. So it was just
Yeah.
like
Okay, this is a separate
okay.
world,
So they're two separate things.
but they're not.
But then when they were like, nope, that's her dad. I was like, amazing, so good. I did not see it coming.
Hey, you're that spider guy from YouTube. Yeah. Hey, do a flip. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's like this world is so used to superheroes. Like,
I
hey.
yeah, it's a fun world they've created.
It's so good. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
fun.
Stan Lee's part was pretty cool too. You remember?
Hold on.
Someone tries to break into a car and he's like, "You shouldn't steal cars," and he says, "It's my car, dumbass."
He's in the window.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
That was good.
And he just argues. Oh, I just thought I thought he was him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Very funny.
Yeah. I like movies that humanize the characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also Donald Glover was in it.
And Donald Glover did
As-
great.
as the
Aaron
Prowler.
Davis. In the description, in his police report, it says AKA the Growler. Or
Prowler.
The Prowler. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, what do you rate this?
9.
I give it a 9. I was
9
going to
out
say
of 10.
9.5, but I'll give it a 9.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's good. Super subjective and biased, I give it a 10 because it's a Spider-Man movie
Because
and I
it's-
love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is definitely one of, if not my favorite
It's
character.
objectively the best
He's
superhero.
the best. He's the most relatable.
He's the most relatable.
He's the most fun.
Yeah. He's the funniest and one of the most strongest.
You got it. You got
Yeah,
it.
cool.
There you go.
And that was Spider-Man Homecoming. What's next?
Next,
Thor 3. Ragnarok.
I always forget that Ragnarok came after Homecoming
Yeah.
because they seem so far apart.
2017 was a good year
What
for
a
the MCU.
year.
And then Infinity War came
And
out the
then-
next year.
We're so close,
We're-
and yet so far
We
away.
just have to get through Black
We
Panther.
have to get Black Panther's fine.
It's a good
I
movie.
watched it again, like at the beginning of this year. It's
With
a good
you.
movie.
Yeah. We watched it together.
Did we watch it together? We
You watched it at my house.
We did. Yeah, way at the beginning of quarantine.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was good.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's not great. It's kind of boring, but we'll
It's
get
just
there.
yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Anyway, Thor 3 next week, and also Soul next week.
Soul and
Except
Thor 3
yeah, next week. Yeah,
next. Yeah, we'll do it next week.
January 1st.
Yeah,
Yeah,
January 1st.
let's do it. All right, cool. All right, so now this is the segment that we are going to review our top video games and top movies of the year.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
What do you want to do first?
Let's start with movies.
Okay. We are...
Well, why don't we end with movies?
Want to end with movies?
Let's
I
end
agree.
with movies.
I agree.
This was originally We Hate Movies, after all.
That's true. Oh, dude. Nice. Cool. All right. Video games first. You go first. Let's do top 5, top 4, top 4. Or number 5, number 5, number 4.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
go over to my list. Number 5 for my video games of the year, Outer Wilds.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember.
It was a weird
Yes.
game. I never actually finished it, but
I
it
have
was
a couple
really,
of games on my list I never finished.
It was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and it was very different. It was not your typical video game,
Yeah.
and it was something. It was just something different. Very very
Yeah.
interesting, an interesting world it created, and just fun,
Unique.
fun to play, unique, very unique,
I have realized that our video game lists are going to be super different.
super different.
Yeah, and I love it.
We'll do mini reviews for each one, but we'll do like a full review for the number one. Eh?
Okay, yeah, I agree.
That sound good?
Number 5 for me, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Really?
Yeah.
That didn't even make it in my honorable mentions, even though
Okay.
it should.
I played
Oh wait,
this
no, I
game-
played it last year anyway. I played it in
I
December of
didn't. I
last
didn't.
year.
I
know.
played it
So
January 1st.
I can't even put it in my list.
Yeah.
Because I played it in December of last year.
I played it after I got back from Minnesota last year, and that was in 2020.
Yeah, I think I got you to get it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. Number 5 this year out of 12. It's because it brought me back to why I loved Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
It did what Black Ops 2 made me fall in love with Call of Duty. It's really fun multiplayer. It's frustrating, but not frustrating enough that you want to rage quit the game.
Yeah.
It made me actually motivated to upgrade weapons and get camos. I haven't wanted to do that since Black Ops 2.
Yeah, when we actually set out to
Yeah,
get
and that was incredibly
it
fun.
provided what am I trying to say? A lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
Most
say.
maps it was fun to play.
Shoot House is a perfect map.
Yeah, well, it is.
Shoot House is a perfect map.
I can't think of a map that I absolutely hated. So that was good. And
you
War.
didn't hate cargo shipment containers.
No, I didn't. I liked
What's it?
Shipment.
I think it was shipment.
It was
yeah.
Shipment. I liked
thought
Shipment.
you hated it.
I didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. Maybe I hated it in hardcore or something. But
Hardcore, dude. Once we got to hardcore, I loved hardcore
what was
so much more.
the Modern Warfare 2 one that they brought back?
They
Rust.
brought a couple back. Rust
Rust.
was good.
That was my favorite.
But man, the spawn points were annoying.
That's
'Cause they
why
were
I liked
different.
it.
They were different from the
I got
original.
I got a 12 kill streak
Oh, dude.
on that map.
We got really good at the game. We got up to the higher kill streaks.
Yeah. And I'm not even mentioning Warzone. So
Oh no! And then Warzone. I always liked regular Modern Warfare better than Warzone.
I'm combining those two to be this is my number 5
Exactly,
game. It
yeah.
brought back why I loved Call of Duty. I'm talking about this way too long. Return.
Unfortunately, I can't add it to my list because I did play it last year.
You can do an honorable mention. Oh yeah, you're right.
I played it in December of last year.
Ah.
My number 4, Dark Souls 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be
Still
in the list,
haven't finished it, but boy is it a fun game.
but you did start Cyberpunk once you were still playing it though, right?
Yeah, Cyberpunk's not on my list.
I know.
It doesn't deserve to be on my list. It's in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'll say that much. I'll do a little spiel on it too.
Yeah, good.
Anyway,
I talked about Call of Duty way too long.
yeah, Dark Souls 3. Very good game. I was always worried about getting. I'm not gonna explain it that much because if you know video games at all, you know what Dark Souls is.
Yeah.
It's a very hard game. I was always nervous about getting it because that's what everybody
kind of
talks
game
about.
is
It's
it?
very difficult.
What's the genre?
It's an RPG.
RPG, okay.
It's an RPG. You just get more powerful weapons. You level up your character, and all of the enemies are very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Hollow Knight but harder
Yeah.
and 3D
Yeah.
and different. But no, you understand.
Yeah,
It's the
You
it's a
upgrade
Soulsborne.
weapons, you go through
You
the
have to
map.
go through the world. You got to remember where
With
things
bosses,
are,
yeah.
and then you find bosses and defeat them. Very fun game though.
Mm-hmm.
Once you master the mechanics of it, it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's a little bit of a learning curve, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, and I very much enjoyed it, and I'm glad I got it. It was only like $15.
Yeah,
too.
that's why it's.
I got it on sale. So.
Yeah, it's the better the game, the less money you spend on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it's less expectation.
Exactly. Anyway, your
Number four. Is Hollow Knight.
Is Hollow Knight. So,
I
which
loved
chose
Hollow Knight.
chose different versions of the same
Yeah,
game.
I
Hollow Knight.
loved Hollow Knight. I never finished it because I was stuck. I'm stuck on a boss.
Okay.
But I think I'm almost done with it. I just need to pull through. But man, is that a fun game!
I never finished it, but I did love that game.
It's visually pleasing. I got good at it. I love games where you suck at a boss, but then after the third try, you're like you literally master it.
Yeah,
Because
I love where you have to learn the moves and everything, the boss moves and everything, and get used to it, and you die a few times, and then you're like, okay, now I got it.
there's
and
a
you
sense of
defeat them.
progression throughout the whole thing where you're like,
Absolutely.
I mastered this
Yeah,
game.
that's Dark Souls 3 too.
Yeah.
You feel like you're actually learning and getting better
Yep.
at the game.
And it's a cute game.
Yeah.
They don't tell you the story. You have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I got to a part where like, oh, this turned around. There's a turning point in the plot.
The thing is, I started Dark Souls 3 like 2 weeks after I
I know.
got Hollow Knight.
I know.
So I couldn't play those both
I
at
know.
the same time.
Yeah. But
I chose one.
Hollow Knight is my number 4 game, and it deserves to be there. I think it might be like it's up there with Undertale with like the art style of it.
Yeah, I mean that's very that indie.
It's a very pretty game.
Side scroller.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
number 3.
Number 3, and you'll be surprised at this one because it's very recent. Doom Eternal.
Okay, cool.
The newest
number
Doom
3.
that made number 3 on my list.
Wow!
It was
of the
I was
whole
going
year.
back and forth between that and Dark Souls 3,
Okay.
like to like in the number 3 spot.
Yeah.
Between 3 and 4. But boy, I finished. You were here when we recorded
Yeah.
with Jack. That day I bought the game.
Yeah.
I'm done with the game.
Is it a long game?
It's probably 15-20 hours,
Jeez, dude.
and I finished it in like the last week and a half.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I loved that game, and I would have not the original Doom, the 2016 Doom probably would have made my list somewhere, but I didn't play it for the first time this year. But I finished it for the first time this year.
Okay.
This year I'm just enjoying harder games more, and Doom is definitely one of those. If you up the difficulty, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm replaying it on a harder
Cool.
difficulty.
Yeah. I can't play Arkham games in the same difficulty anymore.
Yeah, because games are getting too easy.
Yeah, they are.
I think it's just our age, maybe.
No, the developers of games and
Are making
marketers
things too easy?
are in
Yeah.
especially Nintendo. Pokemon games are way too easy for me to
Okay.
actually enjoy anymore.
Got
Like
it.
Heart Gold and like Diamond, those games were actually hard.
Yeah, but again, this is another one with a learning curve. Like you got to get used to the mechanics and everything. But once you do, you feel like such a badass.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big metal guy, like metal music, but that game has a
It fits.
great soundtrack.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so cool, and the story, and it's like, if you don't know, it's like hell invaded Earth. Like it's
Yeah.
a whole thing. And one of the main like quotes, I guess, or slogans for the game is the only thing they fear is you.
Ooh.
So it makes you feel really cool. Like
Yeah.
the demons, the only thing demons fear is you.
Whenever I think of, I played Doom before, but
Yeah.
whenever I think of Doom gameplay, I'm like, rush. I'm just in a rush
it's
the entire.
fast.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving the
Yeah.
entire time. If you stand still, you're dead.
Just woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I very much enjoyed this game, and I do believe it belongs in number 3
Awesome. I
for
like
my
that.
games of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me, the Jackbox Party Pack for this year.
Really?
Yeah, it was
That's-
really good.
That's fair. You have friends, so it makes it
Yeah.
better. I played the newest Jackbox a couple
Okay.
weeks ago with some people. It's good. It's good.
It's the first Jackbox where I enjoyed every single game it had.
I didn't play all of them,
I
but
did.
I've heard from you that they're all good.
The new Quiplash is fun and exciting. It's not hard to make a game with Quiplash. You just make new prompts.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a game called, I forgot what it's called, but it's like charades where you have a word or like a phrase, and they give you like a certain template of like a sentence to give a hint, and then people start guessing, and then you use those guesses to give more hints to what it is, and then you get points based on who guesses it. And
Interesting.
Stuff. It's very, very fun.
Interesting. We'll play. We'll have to play it at some point.
Yeah, it's very, very fun. And then there's one called like Play with the Devil.
You're playing
You're the devil or something.
Or something. I don't know.
Where
Yeah.
you're a family of devils and you do tasks, and then you can like screw over your whole family by doing tasks they're not supposed to and stuff.
Speaking of which, I feel like I know what one of your top 2 games is going to be.
Really? You
Maybe.
can guess.
Maybe. I'm not going to.
Okay, you can guess before I say
I'll let
it.
you know if I'm right.
Okay.
Uh,
But yeah, that's my number 3. Just really fun. Number 6 was good, but I didn't like all the games. This one, I liked all the games. I enjoyed all of them, and then I was
That's
with
good.
good people to play it with. So.
exactly, yeah.
All right, number
That's
2
great.
for you.
Number 2. And the top 2 I struggled with a lot.
Okay.
And they're both very obvious. They're both widely critically acclaimed
How did you
games.
rank them? Did you go number 1 first or number 5 first?
I kind of just wrote down the games I played this year, and then I was like, this one,
okay.
this one, and then I kind of switched them around.
Yeah. Okay.
But it didn't take me long. Like, these games I was all pretty confident in deserving the top 5. But these 2, I go back and forth so much. Number 2, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, I was hoping this was on your list. I never played it.
Of course it's on my list.
It wasn't number 1?
It's not number 1.
What? I can't think of
because
what was.
You'll know.
What's number 1?
You'll know. You'll know when I say it. Because
Really?
that's how speaking works.
Because that's how we literally planned this to go.
That's how it works.
Anyway, why is it number 2?
Number 2. Why is it number 2? The story.
Okay. Yeah.
The thing about my top 2 games. I'm gonna fix this again
Okay.
real
Good.
quick.
Okay. Merry Christmas. Cool.
Yeah. The thing about my top 2 games is they both have amazing, fun gameplay. It all works well and it feels good. But the story for my number 1 game was better than the story of Ghost of Tsushima.
Number 1.
You'll see.
I don't know what. Like I should know,
You
right?
shall see.
I should know, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Dang it.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah. I yeah.
and I'm pretty sure I played it at the beginning of this year, not the end of last year. Like, I'm sure enough
Wait,
that
I
I
think
put
I
it
know.
on my list.
I think I know what your number 1 is.
So, but Ghost of Tsushima, the gameplay is absolutely stellar. Makes you feel awesome. It's fluid. All of the controls are super intuitive. It makes
Story-driven.
total sense. And it has a great story. It
Yeah.
does have a very good story.
That's like the number 1 for me for video games.
Story?
Good story.
Exactly. Which is why my number 1 game just barely outpaced
I
it.
think I know what it is.
You probably should.
Can I guess before, or do I just say if I got it right?
Say if you got it right.
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima. Amazing. Oh, man. And it definitely wins for art style.
Uh-huh.
For art direction, one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. And the thing is, and I've said this a long time ago
Yeah.
on this show, the graphics themselves aren't like stellar or anything. They're just normal graphics.
Yeah.
But the colors and the way they use the graphics in the game and everything,
Right.
and the particle effects and all that stuff, like leaves falling and whatnot, the way they used all of that in the game is absolutely amazing. The color palette, the visuals, just like being able to stand on top of a mountain and see things and everything, it's all amazing.
There is a picture mode that I want to show you guys that Noah showed me.
Wait, is it? Hold on, is it?
It's just not loading,
It's
but
just-
there we go.
So you're showing me how good this game is, right? It's a very pretty game.
Zoomed in on the nostril.
Let me see if I have any pictures of real, so I can just
Yeah.
give a.
That's
give
the only context I have of the game, by the way, pretty much.
Yeah.
I walked around a little bit, but yeah.
And you saw me playing it for a bit.
Yeah, I did.
Let me see if I have any actual pictures. Did I send you any real pictures of the
No. You showed me on your PlayStation, but
game? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had some
they can look it up.
super good. Yeah, just look up Ghost of Tsushima
Yeah.
photo mode, and you'll
Yeah.
get some people that
Yeah.
came up with really good.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, in art direction, that game definitely wins, but overall, takes second place. It is an amazing game, though, and I definitely would recommend getting it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Your number 2.
Number 2, Among Us.
Ah, that was what I was thinking.
Yeah?
I
Okay.
was right.
Among Us is
I was right.
maybe
I
like
was
not
right.
now, but this
Sorry, that was loud.
game.
That was
really loud. Sorry about that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
re-
ahead. Hey,
I'm trying.
go ahead.
Stop.
Speak.
I can't if you do that.
I don't know what your top game is going to be now.
Really?
Because I knew Among Us was going to be in the top 2.
Okay. Did you see it? Did you see it on my phone?
What?
Did you see it on my phone? Okay.
No, I just figured
Okay, yeah.
with my brain.
I think it's one of the most perfect like hidden role games out there that they converted into a video game that they did very, very well.
I still haven't played it.
I'm sad because I think most of the hype is gone, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Where
That happened with a few games.
I don't know, it's fun. It's only fun if you try. It's not fun if you don't try.
Yeah.
You can do like meme games where like, let's just vote this guy out. But like actually being strategic and like being with people that want to win and imposters that want to win makes the game super fun because your friends are lying to you to your face, and it's so fun. I love lying games, deception games.
Yeah.
Like Secret Hitler or One Night.
Oh, Secret Hitler, so
Yeah,
good.
like stuff like
One
that.
Night's
And
really good too.
this is the only video game that did it super, super well,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it 100% of the time I played it, even if I lost. This game is all fun if you get screwed over and if you get deceived. Sometimes Secret Hitler isn't fun if the people around you are stupid, and yeah. But this game is super fun. It deserves number 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
I guess I respect that.
and it's super fun to watch too. So
I
that's
never
good.
watched it that much either.
I did.
I know the gameplay though.
Yeah. Anyway, you're number 1.
My number one
see if I got
game of 2020 that I played for the first time this year, not that came out for the first time this year. That's a really long title. God of War.
I knew it.
God of War from 2018.
I'm pretty sure it's 18. Yeah.
2018. I played it for the first time this year because it came out on PS Plus, and
Yep.
I told you that month I was like, "Hey, it was free on PS Plus."
I
but
think
you
I
didn't
think
get
I never got it.
You didn't get it
Pretty
because
sure I
you're
never got
stupid.
it. Yeah.
Amazing game.
Yeah.
Gameplay is solid. Fighting feels great. And the world building is excellent. Building off of the old God of War stuff, but making an entirely new story.
Mm-hmm.
All amazing. And then you have all of that, and then you have the actual story of the game too.
Yeah.
An absolutely amazing story. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the relationship between Kratos and his son is so good, and the antagonists and everything all feel fleshed out, feels great, and it makes you feel emotions, which is also good, which is surprising
That's
from
what
a
you
God
want.
of War game. Because most of the time, Kratos, which is the main character, is just this badass who's killing gods and everything. But in this game, he's very vulnerable. He has a son now,
Cool.
and he's just trying to protect him. And their relationship, it's like up and down, just like a father and son would be. And it's just great.
Speaking of that, I watched Chef last night.
Yeah,
It's
how'd
good.
you like it?
It's good.
It's amazing. John Favreau's performance is amazing.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's not like the best.
No, but
That's good.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
a
and it's
great
super
movie.
random, but like I watched
Yeah.
it last night. So
Anyway, God of War, I certainly believe belongs in number 1.
okay.
And I really did go back and forth between Ghost of Tsushima and God of War.
Sweet.
But God of War definitely took it because of the story.
Yeah.
And it's a story driven, it's sort of open world. It's like hub and spokes.
Yeah.
It's like you have the main world and then you can go other places.
That's good. Okay. Sweet.
So, and you can go anywhere, but it's not like as open world as like Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah.
which is a real open world and you can just get on your horse and ride anywhere.
Sweet. Cool.
But so it's much more story driven, and it feels great, and you're invested in all the characters and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And and the gameplay is amazing.
Yeah.
And you have the Leviathan axe, which is an axe that acts like Thor's hammer, and it comes back.
Sweet.
And it's all great and everything. So, yeah, I certainly believe God of War deserves number 1 on my list for
Awesome.
this year. All right, what is your number 1 game of the year?
Completely different game.
Number 1 game of the year, but not that came out this year. That came out a different year, but we played for the first time
This
this year.
game actually did come out this year.
Let me think.
I don't think you'll get it. It's just not. It is nothing like the games that you played this year.
I've
It is
played a lot of
nothing.
games this year.
We played the same amount of games. We just played different
I
games.
played very like important games.
and I
this year.
played small games.
Yeah.
But this game. Okay, ready? My number 1 game of the year is Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Oh, I should have guessed that.
Yeah.
Really?
That-
But you said you got bored of it.
After 120 hours of playing
That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot of hours.
I
Wow. Yeah. That's.
played it every day for like not every day.
I would not have guessed
but
that.
like I played it a lot in like for like 2 or 3 months because this game is time based where new things come out every day. But like, I haven't been excited to build something since a long time ago in Minecraft or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this game pushes creativity and pushes discovery too. I want to discover every fish. I want to discover every butterfly, every bug, and like every critter. And I want to know everything about the game. And I wasn't bored for a single second until I was. But
Until
I spent
it just dropped off?
So yeah, it did. Like I finished the campaign, and then it's just like you build, and that's it.
Yeah.
Where the campaign you like unlock new things, but
Okay.
once you unlock everything, it gets a little bit more boring.
Got it.
And it's very seasonal with what fish you get too. So like I was like, okay, I'll just wait for next season, and then I just never played it again. But I cranked that game out, and it is definitely number one of this year. Where I enjoyed it the most out of every game I played, and it's one of those games where I see myself restarting and
Okay.
doing again too.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is my number one game of the year of 2020. And I will go over honorable mentions now.
Oh yeah, let's do some honorable mentions.
For me, The Last of Us, Part 1. I played for
You
the
played
first
for the
time
first time this year. You did. Yeah, that's right.
And not in my top 5 because, I don't know, the Naughty Dog play style of level-based first person or third person.
Third person.
Where it's like, okay, I like it, but like I get a little bored. I'm like, okay, I just want to kind of just
It
move
does
on.
get repetitive at times.
Yes.
It's that game is more about the story
Yes,
than the game.
and that's why it's an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I loved it. Beat Saber, the first VR game I played.
I still need to play.
So
Nobody has
fun.
VR.
I didn't play it for very long, so I didn't put it in my top 5, but so fun. This indie game for $6 on Steam I got called One Shot. Very fun, story-driven, puzzle solving, kind of like Undertale, but not really. Where
I've heard it compared to Undertale.
you are basically God in this
Oh.
world,
Oh.
and you are controlling a character that calls you God, that calls you Jordan.
Huh.
And it
He calls
breaks,
me Jordan?
Yeah.
Wow.
it breaks the fourth wall a lot, and I loved it.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those games where it's like does a pop of like, we know what you're doing, Jordan. We know you're playing this game. And
Oh, so
we're
it's-
gonna try to
okay.
stop you from getting the good
Oh,
ending.
okay, cool.
And I'm like, oh, you're on, and it's not that long too. It's like
Okay.
it's pretty short.
That's cool.
Shadow of the Colossus is also up there because I played that for the first time. And
Oh,
yeah, that was this year.
that's a great game.
Good game. Good
It is
game.
an amazing game.
Way too annoying to be in the top 5 because it's a
It's-
PS2 game.
It
So-
is a PS2 game, and while it is the one we both played is a remake,
Yeah.
is a remake.
Yeah.
They just fixed the graphics.
Yeah, that's
they
it. That's
Didn't
basically
fix
it.
the physics.
That's what. Okay, I watched Donkey's view on it. Sorry for the language, but it's like, this game is very, very good. Except the only part is that it's bullshit. that's his review.
It is because like the physics is just so
It's
dumb.
bad. It's so
but
bad.
I love it because
You get
it
hit
still,
once and you literally flail for like 5 seconds, and it's
It
just
still
so bad.
has-
But it's fun.
I love it because it has that PS2 charm.
Yeah,
it's
it
just
does.
a bad game. But the story is amazing, and it's still fun.
You're
Once you
invested
actually
too.
do
Yeah.
like win, it feels good.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's like,
And
it's
the
kind of
story
puzzle
is-
solving too. If like
yeah.
you need to figure out how to kill this.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Colossus,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Colossi.
Colossi.
These Colossi.
But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. Those are my video games. Honestly, best video game year because of quarantine.
Yeah,
But yeah, we are at an hour.
that's fine.
We can go at an hour and a half.
We still have to do our movies.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's do movies.
yeah.
This is our movie segment.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
My honorable mentions.
Okay, good. Yeah.
A game called Journey to the Savage Planet. That was fun. It was very short and it was very quick.
Okay.
I'm not going to explain it. Cyberpunk, sort of. I don't even know if that deserves to make my honorable mentions. It's fine. It will be a good game.
You've been talking about this game since episode 1.
Did I talk about it in episode
Pretty
1?
sure. Pretty sure.
I probably did. It's fine. It'll be good in like a year, probably, if they actually keep patching it
They
and
have
making
to.
it better. And they will because everybody's upset.
Yep.
But right now, it's just okay.
Yeah.
The story's good.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard the story is the best part of this. Of
Yeah.
like, that's the only thing
But
they
it's the
can't
same
patch.
thing with The Witcher too.
Yeah.
And it's made by the same people.
Yeah.
I've said that before. Everybody talks about the story, and everybody's like, yeah, the gameplay's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. And I also put Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the list
I knew you were gonna put that somewhere.
for my honorable mentions. It absorbed enough of my time to make the honorable mentions, but then Ghost of Tsushima came along and was just a intensely
better
better
version,
version of it. So, yeah,
Yep.
it's
Makes
like
sense.
an amazingly better version. So, yeah, that's in my honorable mentions.
Sweet. All right.
Oh, Hollow Knight too. That's
Hollow Knight,
obviously,
yeah.
obviously in my honorable.
Yeah.
That was at the top of my honorable mentions.
We only had like one game in common.
Hollow Knight?
That's the only game.
Uh,
It's literally.
Yeah,
the
that's
only
it. That's it. That's all. That's the only similar game we both played for the first time this year.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Because I played Modern Warfare last year.
I think I played more Steam and Nintendo. You played more PlayStation.
Yeah, because that's all I have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have Steam too, but
I play more Steam than you do. That's just the fact.
yeah, I'd have a Mac, so I'm not going to game on my Mac.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to movies of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Movies of the year. Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's good. It's windy. Yeah, I'm surprised it stayed lit this long.
Me too. Oh, good.
You got it in the wax.
No, I'm good.
It's windy. It's windy. Hold on.
I got it.
No. Just hold it there.
All right. So.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Let it go. Let it go. It's lit.
Okay.
Now just don't be windy. Stop.
God.
God. Is that you, God?
Please. All right. Ready?
Yes. What is your number 5 movie of the year?
I don't know if you've ever seen it. Booksmart.
I never did. I wanted to. It looked good.
I loved Booksmart. It was so fun. It's a fun movie.
It looked fun.
It is. The movie's Superbad if you ever seen it, but it actually had purpose.
Okay.
The whole point of Superbad is that there's no purpose to this movie.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
It's just fun.
But this movie like actually had a purpose and like did very well of the theme of we're getting out of high school, we're actually becoming people.
Yeah.
And we have to let go of what makes us children, but doesn't mean we have to be mature.
Yeah.
We just have to let go of childish things.
That's fun. That's good.
It's one of those movies of like it all happens in one night, trying to get to a party.
Yeah.
Books. It's called Booksmart because it's the two valedictorians of the.
Yeah.
the
No,
school.
I know the premise of
Okay,
the
cool.
movie. Yeah.
All right. Very, very, very good movie. The reason why it's in my top 5 is because it was. I feel like it was not talked about, and I
It
watched it
wasn't.
randomly, and I was like, "Wow, this is a good movie."
It wasn't talked about enough.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think they gave it 4 stars, but like I think it just how underrated it was made it better to me. But yeah, that's my top 5. That's my number 5. Your turn.
Give me 1 second.
You are cool, bro.
What? What?
I'll go over on my honorable mentions actually, since you need to.
I think I'm good. I'm just making sure that this is everything that it should be.
Okay.
Because I watched a lot of movies
you
this
did.
year.
You
Like
just didn't
so
log 'em.
many. I just didn't log them. Is
Yeah.
the problem.
Next year you'll log them.
I will. I'll do better. So a few of these movies are stuff that I've seen within the last like month and a half.
Yeah, that's fine.
Number 5.
Yeah.
And I've gone back and forth between this and one other. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Number 5.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm
Did
not
you
very,
like it more than Taxi? Driver?
That's what I went back and forth
Okay,
between
okay.
this and Taxi Driver.
Okay.
It's tough.
I think I like Taxi Driver more than One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
They're very close. And also, I'm very much less confident in my movies of the year than I am in my
Video games.
Video games of
Yeah.
the year. Because I feel like I saw a lot of movies this year, I just didn't log enough of them.
Yeah.
So I can't remember every single movie I saw. My number 1 I am confident in.
I think I know what it is already.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that movie made it.
I think it deserves to be maybe Taxi Driver. I don't know.
You could tie. It doesn't matter.
Maybe a different movie in my number 5. Both of those could very easily be bumped down to my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Like, if I thought of a better movie that I saw for the first time this year, those could definitely be bumped down.
That makes sense.
Like, I thought about, like, and I don't know if this is on your list or anything. I thought about, oh, shoot. What's that Pixar movie that came out this year?
Onward?
Onward.
That's
I thought
an
about
honorable
Onward.
mention.
I thought about Onward, but I was never all that... Honestly, maybe it does deserve my number 5.
Onward was an amazing movie. Amazing Pixar movie. Probably one of my favorite Pixar movies. but it didn't make my top 5.
It's not one of my favorite
It would have
Pixar
probably
movies.
made number 6 to
But
me.
of the year, that might take my number 5 spot.
Yeah.
So it's between that and Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay, cool.
I'll say that, yeah.
Like, literally
Very,
opposite.
very different movies. Oh boy, are they different movies.
Yeah.
All right. So we don't need to do explanations or anything. What's your
Basically.
number 4?
Number 4 is Palm Springs.
Nice.
Yeah. What was there was Trial of Chicago 7. But then I remember
I thought
Palm
about
Springs.
Trial. That makes my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Trial.
But then I remember
was
Palm
very
Springs.
good.
I'm like, yeah, then that deserves number 4.
Yeah.
Super fun. Very different from anything else I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And very funny. And it actually had a really good message.
Yeah.
And it's not fake at all. It's incredibly real of like what it's talking about.
Yeah.
Of like the meaning of life and like the actual meaning of life, not like Hallmark crap of meaning of life.
Yeah.
Very nihilist view, but
Yeah.
also it's like
But it's not
Positive-
too nihilist.
positive nihilism. I think
Yeah.
is this movie.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
And they do it very well. I'm not a positive nihilist. It was just a fun movie.
Yeah, it was just a fun movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's just one of those time loop things.
Yeah.
Scenarios.
It's a very good movie.
Yes. I'm glad you finally watched it.
Yes, me too.
That's my number 4.
My number 4 is a movie called Dave from 1993, I believe, starring Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver.
You never even talked about that with me.
I think I mentioned it once a long time ago.
Okay. You probably did.
Because I saw it earlier this year with my mom, I think.
Sigourney Weaver and who?
Kevin Kline.
Oh.
I think you'd know him if you saw his face.
Oh, no. Yeah. I know who Kevin Kline is.
Very good movie. It's hard to explain what it is and without also like spoiling it, and I think it's more fun to see it the first time.
Yeah.
But it's a very good movie. It has its funny moments and it's heartwarming. Yeah, I would recommend it. It's a very light movie too.
Okay.
Like you can just watch it and be.
Are you confident about this one?
For number 4? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think it deserves number 4
Sweet.
of what I've seen this year. Because I've seen some not bad movies, some not so great movies this year too.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I watched a lot of movies, but not all of them deserve to be in my top.
Even honorable mention.
Even honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
So.
I watched
the movie.
Shanghai
It's-
Noon this year.
Oh boy. So.
That's number 1. Just kidding. That's not number 1.
Oh. I don't think it would make my top 5, but was Parasite this year?
It was this year. It wouldn't make my top 5.
didn't-
It
it
didn't even
didn't
make an
come out-
honorable mention to
I
me.
thought it came out in 2019.
It did. I watched it in 2020.
I don't know if I might have watched it at the end of last year, maybe the beginning. Of this
It came out December of last year.
year. Okay, so maybe I probably watched it this year then, but I think it
Maybe
would probably
January.
make my honorable mentions.
Okay. I loved Parasite, but I liked way other movies more though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4.
Yeah.
It's a very light movie. Go watch it. It's fun to watch.
Dave.
Dave. It's just called Dave. I think it's 1993.
Okay.
Anyway, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
I need to see that.
starring Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
And a lot of others, like Mark Ruffalo's in it as well. Very interesting movie. It talks about how we see a certain relationship and only see the negatives when it ends, but you never realize what you lost when it comes to the positives. And sometimes when you remember the positives, you don't want it. You don't even like think about the negatives. It's super, super, super interesting,
Nice.
and the way they tell the story
I've always thought about watching
is incredible.
I've always been like, oh, I need to see that.
it's incredible, and it's very not Jim Carrey.
And it's not Jim Carrey. That much I know.
I think it's the only serious movie I've ever seen him in.
I mean, Truman Show gets serious.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Truman
We
Show?
talked about this before, man.
It's so good.
Okay, I'll watch
It's
it.
like legitimately a good movie.
Yeah. Okay. That's my number 3. That's all I.
Yeah, that's good.
Need to see.
That's good.
I showed Ashton and Natalie that movie, and they said they didn't like it.
I'll check it out. I've always thought I needed to check it out.
Good.
My number 3 is Palm Springs.
Yay, number 3!
very-
You liked it more than I did.
very
Just
good
kidding, maybe
movie.
not. I just
Very
watched
good
more
movie.
good movies than you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of okay movies this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about it.
Mhm.
I think it's in my number 3
Yep.
spot, and I'm pretty confident in that.
It's really good. Good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
Uh-huh.
What's your number 2?
Number 2 is Whiplash.
Oh.
Not number one, like it
Number
is
one.
on your list.
I think I might know. Hey, don't spoil it.
Sorry.
Why are you so mean?
Sorry.
I think I might know your number one.
You could guess it. You probably do. I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, me too. Well, yeah, no, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I think I know your number one.
Whiplash?
If it's not your number one, I will be very surprised.
Yeah. Whiplash is...
You're going to laugh. Okay, go ahead.
is my...
We'll both talk about it right now.
Is it number... Oh, never mind. Is one of my favorite movies of all time now.
It's up there. It's probably in my...
super rewatchable.
It might make my top 10 movies
Still
of all time.
intense. One of my favorite scenes of all time now.
Is the end of it.
The end scene.
Is the end of the movie.
It's so good. J.K. Simmons does incredible in the movie.
Good.
It's pretty simple of a movie.
And Miles Teller?
Miles Teller, yeah.
That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Super good acting.
Nothing really else to say.
No, it's super simple.
I also
It's
love jazz.
very straight.
So,
And it's a jazz movie.
yeah.
I both love jazz.
So, like, please watch that movie. I am upset about myself that
It's
I watched it
super
this year.
stressful.
It's
But
one of the most stressful movies I've
But
ever
it's
seen.
so good.
It's incredible.
It's such a good.
I might
The
watch
end
it
of it is so much
Satisfying.
fun.
Satisfying.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both love that movie so much.
Yeah.
It's
Number
one of
two,
my
though.
favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
My number two is I think your number one, Jojo Rabbit.
I saw it in 2019, man.
You saw it in 2019?
Mhm.
Oh.
I saw it in theaters.
You saw it in theaters?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I went into it not knowing what it was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I didn't even know the hype.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then
Isn't
I
that
don't-
cool?
I don't know your number one. I thought that was going to be your number one because I thought you saw it this year.
Okay. No, I didn't. Number one is Jojo Rabbit.
What?
You like Jojo Rabbit that much?
No, number two is Jojo
Oh,
Rabbit.
no. Okay, number two. You're
Number
right.
two is Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
So good.
Isn't it, man?
Such a good movie.
I am upset at you for not watching it sooner.
What a good movie.
Yeah.
What a good and not your typical World War II movie.
No,
but it
it's-
still goes into the conflicts of World War II.
It does it better than most World War II
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Of the thought they make the mindset in Germany comical, but it was real.
But
like
real, yeah.
everything that they said that was comical, they actually believed.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Oh, she's getting upset.
She wants to go inside.
Yeah. I've never seen her be vocal before.
She does sometimes.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Taika Waititi did great as Hitler.
So, what a sentence. What a sentence you just said. Such a good movie. And it just...
I need to see that again.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's such a great movie.
It shows the kid, because the main character is a child, a 10-year-old kid.
He did so great.
It shows his whole thought process so well, like how he's adapting and adjusting to this world, and like just the way he is taught things, and like the whole Hitler Youth and all that.
Yeah.
Very interesting, while also still being lighthearted most of the time.
Yeah. There was intense scenes where
There were very intense scenes.
the
And
Jewish
very
girl had to say about
and
Heil Hitler like at least 11 times.
unexpected scenes as well that I don't want to spoil if nobody's seen it yet.
Dude, yeah.
Right? I didn't.
I'll just say the shoes. Did
I
you?
did not see that coming
How'd
at all.
that make you feel, man?
I was like, at first I was like, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not
Okay,
gonna say anything.
yeah, that's why I'm saying
But
emotion.
at first I didn't know. I was like, no, and then I was like, oh no, oh no, oh man,
yeah.
what a good movie.
And I'm gonna see that movie at least 40 times more before I die.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those movies where I'm like, I'm gonna
Amazing.
own that movie and watch it a lot.
Such a good movie.
It's so good. Yeah, it's my favorite war movie.
And
it's not a war movie, but
that and you've already spoiled it. That and Whiplash.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
Very close. And I think maybe if I had seen Jojo Rabbit earlier this year and it was able to ruminate a bit
Okay,
more,
yeah.
it might have taken the top spot.
yeah, actually, that's very interesting. Maybe if you saw Jojo Rabbit first and then Whiplash recently, it
Yeah,
would be
who
different.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I don't know. I had such an instant reaction to Whiplash that I was just like, this is
Yep,
an amazing
yep,
movie.
yep,
It was
yep.
immediate. I was like,
It was
love
immediately
this.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
So I think it probably still would have taken. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll get to my number one. You don't know it yet. I haven't revealed it yet. What's your number one?
It's a combination of 3 movies.
That's not fair.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
You saw those all for the first time. Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot that you're a weird person and that you haven't seen. Everybody's seen Lord of the Rings.
My family didn't watch.
I
Lord of the
suppose
Rings,
that is fair. Do you have a favorite out of the three?
the third one.
The third one.
Yeah,
the Return
by
of the
far,
King?
by far.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I need to put
But
all
the
of them.
other
It's
two,
the story.
It's the story of the three.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. That's reasonable.
It's the
enough.
third one.
Return of the
Number
King
2 is
amazing.
probably the least best.
The
They're all good.
They're all good, but
Number two is probably the
number two
worst
in
one.
trilogies is always the worst one.
That's very
because
true.
it's always that's just the middle
Like,
part.
Catching Fire was my favorite of Hunger Games. Actually, that was in a trilogy. Never mind.
It was a quadrilogy.
It was a
Qua-
the quadrilogy.
N- I have no idea. It was 4 movies.
Anyway, I don't even
Anyway.
really explain why this is number one.
It's Lord of the Rings. You know why.
It's Lord of the
number one.
Rings.
You know why it's number 1.
That trilogy will be passed down as one of
those
the
books got written almost 100 years ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
But
what,
those
80 years
movies
ago?
is known to be the best adaptation of a book,
and they're amazing adaptations.
and will be passed down as one of the best movies of all time.
yeah,
They will.
Agreed.
Like Harry Potter doesn't.
not even close.
Not even close.
They're good, but not even close to Lord of the Rings.
No, I understand people that said that didn't like Harry Potter and liked Lord of the Rings instead.
The
When I was
interesting-
8, that people I was like, really?
I was like, wow, you're insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Until I saw Lord of the Rings, I was like,
It's like,
oh,
when I'm like, well, have
yeah.
you seen Deathly Hallows Part 2?
part 2, not part 1. Part
No,
1 is bad.
no, it's not.
Part 1 is the worst.
Yeah.
it's
so
the
bad.
gang goes camping. it's the movie. That's the whole movie.
Anyway, that's my number 1, obviously, of the year.
Yeah, that's great.
And
It's-
I
that's
knew it was
acceptable.
gonna when I was walking into
That's
it too.
acceptable. It's an amazing movie.
When I watched Whiplash,
They are amazing.
when I watched
movies.
Whiplash, I didn't know what I was getting.
No, neither did I.
When I said Noah, watch Whiplash, I'm not gonna tell you what it's about. Just watch it.
You saw it first. That's right.
I did. I told you to see it.
That's right. I always get that and Baby Driver mixed up because I saw
That's
Baby
true.
Driver first.
Hey,
And
now we're
told you to
now
watch
we're
it.
even.
Now we're even. Now we're even.
Yeah, now we're even.
And didn't I tell you to watch Baby Driver around that time too? Maybe it was earlier than that. Maybe it
No. No.
Oh yeah, that was last year. Or
No,
2
that
years
was
ago, maybe.
2018. Yeah.
It feels like it was more recent than that.
No.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's because we watched it a lot this summer. We watched it like
that's
twice.
true. We watched it
together
a couple
this summer.
times this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your number 1, man?
My number 1 movie of the year. You're not gonna see this coming. Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Saw it for the first time.
Saw
It
for
was
the
great.
first- well, I've seen all the other ones before. I never saw Deathly Hallows Part 1.
But I liked them all
Oh,
so
it's
much.
good.
It's the least best, but it's so good.
No. Whiplash.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. So stressful.
I need
But
to watch
obviously
that too.
the score, soundtrack, amazing. And the story is great. And that ending scene is just, it's perfection.
Yeah, it is.
It's perfect.
It is.
That scene is perfect.
It is perfect. I don't think
Not the whole movie. Just that scene.
I think it might be the most satisfying ending. Maybe Endgame is pretty satisfying too.
That's a whole nother thing.
But that's like different
This is
satisfying.
one movie.
This is
That's
yeah.
the culmination of 23
Yeah.
movies.
This is the most satisfying ending to a movie I've ever seen, I think.
Sometimes I think about the fact that I just said 23 movies that are all that's insane.
That's a lot of movies.
Like it's normal to think about now because it's a thing. Because it's like it's been done already.
Yeah.
But if you said 10 years ago that you remember that Iron Man movie from 2 years ago, there are going to be 23 more Marvel movies and they're all going to be intertwined.
Yeah, and they're all going to be the
If
same
somebody told me that
movie.
10 years ago, I would have been like, "What?"
I can't
Like
wait.
23 movies is so many movies.
Civil War was big.
Civil War was big, and that wasn't even close to
No, that was like
Infinity War.
not
Endgame.
even half of it.
No,
Yeah.
man, 23 movies is a lot of movies.
Here we go talking about
Like
Marvel
I
again.
never think about it. Even sometimes when I say 23, I don't
Yeah.
think about it. And then every now and then, like I just did, I said 23 movies, and I was like, "That's so many movies. It's 3,000 minutes of movie.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a day. How many minutes are in a day? Hold on.
60 times 24
Yeah.
is
I'm just gonna do the math real quick.
12.
1440. That's 2 days of movies. That's more than 2 days of movies.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies.
That's a lot of movies.
And we're almost done.
We're kind of almost done.
We don't have much left.
We have a few more weeks.
We have
to go.
like 8 left, I think.
Exactly, that's 16 weeks from now.
That's a good point.
That's a third of a year.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to have guests when you're out.
We probably won't be having guests.
Yeah.
I suppose we could just do every week.
Yeah.
Movies every week. I mean, we might have guests. It would just have to be somebody sitting next to you on the computer,
That's fine.
or to me if I make friends.
That's fine.
I probably won't.
Yeah, food friends.
I'll just have a knife sitting there next to me.
What do you think?
What a sharp answer.
Yes.
Ow! Ow!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And our next movies are Ragnarok and Soul. That's right.
Ragnarok and Soul.
We already said that.
Yep. Be safe, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you for guys for
Thank you
watching.
being here.
This is my highlight of the year.
This is great.
It's great.
I'm glad we're still doing it.
I wanted to say, if you don't know what the Dressember Foundation is, it's fighting against human trafficking. Please donate to their cause.
Check that out. Donate to them.
And please donate to them. Yeah.
Yeah. What a good year.
Yeah, great year, man.
I mean, this obviously isn't
Great podcast year.
This isn't a full year of our podcast.
Yes.
But it's the end of the year. So
Yeah, we did
what a
great.
good year.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it's this successful, and by this successful, I mean about 6 people watching every
No,
week.
successful. I mean,
No, but we're still doing it, and we're still having fun.
that's what makes it successful. Anyway, see you guys next year.
See you next year.
And thank you for watching again.
Yeah. Thank you for all the love and support.
Yeah. Even if you've watched only one episode, honestly, it still means a lot. It does.
It does. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good night.
I'm gonna leave now, so I'm gonna go. I gotta get somewhere. So
You entirely missed. It's the flame's not even moving. What are you? Jeez. Oh man, what a way. That's the end right there. That's it.
no, I need to walk out.